Alo. Scusi, ero ultimul concertat, o deșa câteva trafică. Nu rămân și așa piciment, ero ultimul zi. Mezabadi, Amerika'yı yaşayan halkları, Avrupa halktan, Gibros'i, Hanrabe'nin Hibados, Andreas Kiprianidis, Dosetin sahaya budavarak tasagar, Harkemi hayy ihbarlar. Aysor, hoş, ben yertiki dağ, bekler vazent, büyütyanız, hayot sevas panukyan, indisimi inniyor kamyali koşu büyütünlerin şarkin, yedortin, vor vaderakan filmleri pematriçev, ardatriç, baret Maroniani padraştukyan, sevas panukyan, vorpera anon, jababenin, çusatukyan hamar. Uremen, polordan pariye gider. Aysormen kıtlıvik, hayot sevas panutyan, taratasi semin, yemen hayers kıbadraştıvik te hayastan te arsa evde spürki polor haya hoş getronları, miyas tapar, polor aşkanın hişeselu, yev artarutun bahançelu ama kozun hükümler. Te ev getronagan gomile makazlı vazeli hayastani hanrabedükyan ome, masatükyan spürki nergayası şişnero. Hayt, men Dosetin sahaya sal Amerika'yı miharçan rahatları amenamez hay kavatılmalı. Gazmetik hayruram yagi miharçan marmin mı? Yılmın bez kısanços haberini voke koçman miharçan marmini vor daimero men o sahaya sal masraki çekti. Miyasin aşkadero vidi girargenk mezrakinleri zanotasınelo çevasmanıcının vor daimero çankı perek yuvar ultumir dal aşkani polor müş belirginlerin hay tabii hansına humpin, yev Armenian Assembliğin, yev niş usak hükümlerin, ayş uçak kazmılar hansına humperin aşkaralıkların şinorin. Türk belirken, hala aşkaralıkların peras, artınkı, ter kiçen, hayot serasmanı tünonun tünok yerginlerin tibi. Versine Süryane, vor Asad'ın mutunet, haygadan serasmanı tünok. Terim hayat sevas pantenin Türk'ün yatağının çoğurlat hayvorpere çıkırsan sevas pantenin çanaçın mutesine Türk belükyan gome paç ilet şarabeynere tornere aysorgu hedabınten yev artarın tüm yev haduçman amar aşkarakter gıtapen amenüret hayvorpere sevas pantenin mazarmuz fırkı yok hayvorpere mes tujvarı günleri, çarçanak nero manna vero, hasadari, sürnomet, libananimeş, gazmovaz borfanisleri tuşkalı, usum ıstasan, arhes sorbeçan, gazmeçin ındanik, yegeleçiner, adutner, tıpoşlerin neçin, tasdiyara geçin, inen sabatlere, yemler aşkı mokhenlerin meçen harudun ara, o zahay şeselu alar, Türkay, ormen Türkay'ız, Arayımda hayasani zavallar, Türk'ün cinçmandak, heyep çıkırtan, pasahal olan ailevi, segas panutyan masin, ayetlerin, drabolanan, sevom mer koyucunu, mer hayıcunu, mer müşamucu mahpanetin, ıspürtin mer miş yekmalere, arabadan aşkari, yev Afrikyan, yev kahakaçilerin alo, abele hantukun sevom görsen, aysımlıktan başladı, yev aysı golünün hassının, mer bahancadırıkyan, aşkaralıklar, az çımornak ol, men arayımda hayastani münasır bolsaya sal, ver masak çuçur pelik, haytadir, profesör bağlı dadıyano, yevhırat, dink yekbayro, yemalva, bolso beç, bor seruto, borom, artık kaşkadin aysubucu. Hay morpere, orfanışları anlıbaş paymanların hagara, tişvaratyan, anutukyan, hokepanagan, zan bağberlerin, aramız gideniz askutçulu gorsunsununu, Babam hıban oranı gırsan, haftare iriz hiç utanın ilabicağı gazmetin aşkarasını hay kavutları. Ay sababıyla şarjavat gerazıgın, yeraş tutan yıl arvesti himnargi afmayı, arpa şarjavat geri biçaskayı dastığı zırıl paranını mırsanagin teknazı filmlerin bilinen. Lipanana hai pare Maroniani selas panutia borpere vavene kragan aizpilma vor badrastımaze şırşanayın çok evi mırsanakları dinaksaz. Bak bütünle haya hol haydadan selas panutian iltaçkin vor patsat hayotiniru armelovit gerokyan ardatsaz aizpilma ıskatsagan uruyt bule himnuvaz bakmadan arşivleru harsa zovisleru huşevu yıllarken spura Orosmek masaracının tamamladığı hanruşan günleri gelsin. Yavaş bilmeyin, şarladıkçına bir ilaganana, mer amminun okurken, terütabes, yerte parveriz. Mezme aham koruk, beğutünler olun, ilen serbest pramutlerin azadat inganiki antamlerin huşerun, nıgarlerin yavaylın, tok hacin barek Maronian'in oknen aysukurken. Anım koruk mütadan yolalı okner buzen, ilen şeker ekren, Prenses lalu amar ararat eskiciyen mücümi. Bor ilek atet gansden barek Maronian. Nach mezrakrin çansat gahayten iple gazmagel piçansna hupi antam müycan sokaparçıkcan adenabet iravapan edbin binasyanin yevvaçagan üngenlerus korzatil marme adenabet diğer Rafi Marukyanin yevvaçagan üngenlerun Mıhitaliyan sanat sohun bir adenabet baran edi Sarapoli yevmasnavara vesdigin edin Marukyanin yevdigin tanin Sarapoli. Aysorba susatırken ile soktutunu yev kaçarırıtunu pererunu. Nunves mülkyanız nertin dönerek baran sarkis saldırının yev baran garmis Sarafyan'ın Aysorba videoyu yev teknik korteru kadarman ama. Şuradalıkken ayet, müyükyanız kadrovarmi digin mariyet minasyan ohanesin, vor tanıtımları kadarına ve saçsız bırakındır. Şuradalıkken imvameli parigamız, kırak gözü büyük yani, vor ileksleri ve vor ilaganasa aysorba tutatıldı. Şuradalıkken mes paşindina, barek Maronian'in, vor ıntaraşları onların trankin çimezcek susatı esbiri. Minçayt, İlgel sakıtını, hayren olalı, hagirci olalı bir digartam, ama bir dihrabiler mezciraçan adenabet etmi minasyane kornuklerin olalı ardaydı. Haydarlığı aslında tutması. Barek Maronian, Haca Sat ye Budaybatze Beyuki Haygazyan Hamasarani, Kaakadan ki Müçans Pacine, Orbe Fokatlıbatze Miyatçan Ahantnet. Hedevatze ki dükkan Florida'yı Palm Beach College'i Broadcast Carrier Institute'i Masakilagan Pajini Usman. Maronian Çorsan Kamarjanasa de Şırçanayın Eni Avat Boşanayın Vorbes Hamatrix Editör Aşkada de PBS TV Network'i Aşkayın Yev Şırçanayın Haydakirleri Madrasıfkan Korcemeç. İlk korcelenmekle Willi Collins'i Nurata Hantesi Arjanasa de Latin Grammy Boşanayın. Hik araç Maronian Hiknatya Armenoid Arbatragan İngilizcunu Borun Masnakidükünü Yevnatya Haygagan Temaneru Valerekagan Jabaverinin Madrası. Aşkapakı Himnatürteneni ve Madrasacı gerek Valerekagan Jabaverler. Maronian'i Verçin Korzu Orphans of Genocide Borasyon Satıbi Anturçadan yerden Valerekagan Jabavermene Çegas Polisi'nin çoğalma sahibi ortaya olmaz. Aşağıdaki YouTube arganosu mektar peragir, Jababini YouTube arganosu mektar peragir, teknoloji yaşayanayı emi avaz kursanagin, bakmadan Valerakagan filmleri şarkınmeç. Orphans of Genocide Borababel Arjanasadze, tele avaz kursanagin, inspesmayer masnaksadze, New York City Filmmakers Festivali. Yerbazar Dasneyerekin, masnaksadze, Arpa Filmi Paranomin, Nurdarin Toronto Kanada Image Pomegranate Film Festival'in Arjanasacı Audience Shows Mırsanagin Asya Babel'in Saksıvadze Nayev Unspoken Human Rights Film Festivali. Karşıdalı Zanutatıcık Yevhima Bidi Hırabiren Merjirajan Adenavet Edbin İravapan Edbin Minasyane Vor Antlerin Gılı Bidi Garda Marek Maronian'in Genocide.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Kulak. Dear guests, members, everybody, welcome to OIA. My job is short. I think most of you understood what Dr. Kulak said, but for those who don't, I'll just say a few words in English, so then we'll move on to watch the film, which is what we're here to do. Well, he thanked everybody that played a role in getting this together, and of course, he left himself out, and so thank you. He's the chairman of our cultural committee. He's a legend amongst both Sahais in putting together these kinds of events. And this year, like every year, we are in the middle of our commemoration. This is the 99th anniversary of the genocide, the first genocide of the 20th century. And this is in a series of events, and we have more coming the rest of the year until April 24th. So, before I give you this bio, I just want to mention that what you'll see in this film, what's depicted, what happened to the orphans, is the other end of the genocide. Besides the massacres, the killing over 1.5 million people, there were orphans, there were little children, there were women, and they were forced Islamizations on one end. The other end, people went through a desert called Deir Zor, through Syria, and it's their survival, and it's the assistance, it's the Middle East relief that was there. So, and we, the diaspora, are the product of the genocide, and the ongoing denial of the genocide, continuation. So this kind of information, emphasis, and ongoing education is a must. We can't just say it was something 100 years ago, because we live with it today. We are the consequences of what happened today. Maronian, whom we are honored to have with us today, was born and raised in Beirut, Lebanon. He graduated from Haigazian University, and like thousands of Armenians, he moved to the United States due to the civil war that erupted in the mid-70s. His interest in filmmaking stems from his love of photography during high school and college years in Lebanon. Once he moved to Florida, he attended Palm Beach State College of Florida and the Broadcast Career Institute of Palm Beach. He worked for PBS, the public broadcasting system in Miami, post-producing local and national documentaries, concerts, and business shows. He was fortunate to be that's his own term, he probably deserved, and more than deserved, the 4-time regional Emmy Awards that he won. One of his works, a concert by Willie Chirino, was nominated for a Latin Grammy. 5 years ago, he founded the Armenoid team that specializes in producing thematically Armenian documentaries, and so far, they've produced 4 Armenian films. And as you will see in a short while, his latest work is Orphans of Genocide, a documentary about the plight of Armenian genocide orphans. The 7-minute trailer of this documentary was a regional Emmy Award nominee in the category of historical documentary, a Telly Award winner, and was a part of the NYC New York City Filmmakers Festival. He currently resides in Coconut Creek, Florida, with his wife Lena and daughter Kalyana. Now, we will watch the film, Orphans of Genocide.
Arabavi askartman Mardinlerin veteranlar, volunteer heroslarla şarkılarla bu nergayen, Nubes Haygalar Jogale, Vol İlek nergayen hoş, Nezip Ali Peri, Nubes Uni profesörler, Vals Anunları yeteramların şemşen kalkma martı sarımların şemşen gör, Amberin anı cübili garanımdan, Anunlar şarkılarla olur nerga kırtma başlar. Thank you.
This program was made possible by generous contributions from the Bezikian family. Additional support was provided by Dr. Nubar Uzumian, the Chichian Foundation, and viewers like you.
My grandmother experienced the genocide by her own.
The next day, April 24th, 2011, marked the 96th anniversary of the Armenian Genocide, the 20th century's first, most documented, least recognized ethnic cleansing campaign. Descendants of hundreds of thousands of Armenian genocide orphans from around the world arrived at Dizenagapet, at Armenia's capital city of Yerevan, to commemorate the darkest day in the Armenian reality and world history. Nearly 100 years later, with 21 world governments and 43 U.S. states having recognized the Armenian genocide, the memory of the 1.5 million victims is simultaneously commemorated around the globe on April 24th. The largest Armenian genocide monument, built on the 50th anniversary of the genocide in 1965, with 12 massive pylons rising as reminders of the 12 Armenian provinces obliterated, overshadows the eternal flame at its core. The citadel of swallows, named for the bird that always returns to its nest, even if it is destroyed, keeps alive the memory of 1.5 million. As massive crowds gathered for a collective prayer around the eternal flame, representing perhaps countless candles lit worldwide. As mourners climb into the monument, steep stairs force them to bow their heads, and as they depart a second monument, a shaft rising high into the sky symbolizes the rebirth of a nation from the ashes of annihilation. survivors like you.
Filmde desem, aș film madrastele și trijmar corze. Հայրամայրի սերին մենք պետք ունենք ասած ֆիլմերում, որոնք պետք է ծանոթացնենք մեր ոչ թե միակ մեր հայերուն, այլ բոլոր աշխարհին։ Մենք որբերը, որ տեսակ ինչ արժանանքներում մեջ ինչպես մեջտեղ եկան, ինչպես մենք ապրեցանք։ Մենք անոնց թորները, զորերը և անոնց տղատաղատներն են։ Ուրեմն մենք պետք ունենք այսպես ֆիլմներ պատրաստելու, թե բարոյապես և թե հյութապես։ Նույնիսկ շատ կարևոր է, պետք է օգնել պարոն Մարոնյանին և այսպիսի կորտնով, քարսյալ, ինքը արդեն ծրագրած է, որ այսպիսի վավերագրական ֆիլմը, ժապավելը պետք է պատրաստել։ Ուրեմն ունենք քիրքեր և նույն ժամանակ նույն բանի վիդեոն գրնակ անգե ծախո առներ և օգտագարը անոնք որոնք գրնան աջակցություն բերել տրամական ուսական բանով Արարատ Էսկիջյան մյուզիումի, այսինքն թանգարանի անոնով գրնան գրել իրենց շենքերը։ Շատ շնորհակալ գնանք այդ բանով։ Ուրեմն շատ շնորհակալ եմ, որ հոս պրոֆեսոր Շամասյանը հոս է, որ ինքը լավ հասարակություններ դվավ։ Շնորհակալ եմ իրեն, որ արդեն մենք մասակի Genocide որիների ակտերի մարդոց, ասպիսի մարդոց հետ պետք է խոսի, անգլերեն չէ միայն, պետք է ֆրանսերեն, պետք է գերմաներեն, պետք է ուրիշ լեզուներով պետք է խոսենք, պետք է ծանոթացնենք բոլոր աշխարհին, և հոս շնորհակալություն պետք է հայտնեն առաջին անգամ հայոց ցեղասպանությունը ընդունող Կիպրոսի հանրապետության, որ հոս է Consular America's General Council of Cyprus, Andreas Kepiani Mustafa. Ուրեմն բիդի հրավիրեմ բարենը, բարոն Մարոնյանը, որ հարցուփորձ եթե անոնք որոնք ուզեն հարցումներ ունենալ և ինքը դրնա պատասխանել ձեզ։ Բարոն բարև։
Thank you for being here. I would like to start with if you have any questions in English and Armenian, I would like to answer. Any questions?
Job well done.
Thank you, sir. Let me tell you a few things about the film. Now, the version that you saw already aired on 4 PBS stations in the country. It aired in Fresno, it was the premiere. It aired in Troy, Mountain Lake, Montreal, and also Miami, Florida, where I'm from. So far it was offered to about 12 million viewers, and we're still working on some other stations. Specifically here in California, we're in negotiations with KOCE, PBS station here, so probably within a few months it'll air here too, and of course some other stations. the way we did this, now let me tell you about the genesis of this project. It was about 3.5, 4 years ago that we started this project. And we started very, very small, with very, very little money. And, you know, little by little we, progressed. And individuals in situations, in events like this came up and some made very small donations, some large donations, and we were able to finish the film, which was, I'm sure you agree with me, it's a very, very important topic. Now we have another project coming up we're working on. It's called The Women of 1915 is the working title. The Women of 1915 is about partially on the Armenian women, the plight of the Armenian women, but largely about all those non-Armenian women who came to their rescue. Scandinavians, Americans, Canadians, Australians left their lives behind and just came and helped all those Armenian women and children. So we're dedicating our next film for that topic. We've already started. Now, as Dr. Avedikian mentioned, we encourage you to buy the DVDs and the books that are outside. And by the way, the DVDs that's outside is 20 minutes longer than what you just saw. And when we were doing the research, we found out that, the information was overwhelming, and there was no way for us to be able to fit the information we had in one film. So we decided to publish a book, and the book is outside too. We tried to incorporate as many stories as we could in that book. That way we were able to tell as many stories as possible as far as the Armenian genocide orphans was concerned. We also had special tax deductible. If you'd like to make tax deductible donations, large donations, we're here to accept that too. You can see or Dr. Avedikian about it. We can let you have corporate plans. If you own it or if you're the CEO of an organization, you can be a sponsor. And as you saw the names of the individuals there, your name will be attached to a project like this forever. Now, I'll give you another chance if you have any questions. And yes?
Has it been subtitled in other languages like French?
So far French, yes, because we have a screening in Paris. Arabic, no. There's a possibility of screening it in Dubai. So we might subtitle.
We were welcomed by them, but the North African region is mostly French speaking. So we have to welcome even their acknowledgement of genocide. They have all lived through the atrocities of Turkey, so nothing is new to them. So far we have not heard from North African Arab countries about the genocide, their acceptance, and their acknowledgement, because we have.
I understand your frustration, but unfortunately,
I'm not frustrated. I'm just asking.
oh, well, see, I'm not a politician. That's what I was trying. I'm as frustrated as you are. I'm a filmmaker, and I agree with you 100%. And if we have politicians here, maybe it'll be a call for them, and they'll hopefully do it. Films like this help issues like you mentioned, and that's why we do these films. Yes, sir.
This last orphanage, is any of the Armenian children survive?
Yes. About 600, a little over 600 of them survived, and thanks to the help of the American University of Beirut and our American Red Cross, the children were taken care of, and they were in safe hands afterwards. But out of the 1,000 Armenian, only 600 and a change were survived. Yes.
Have you tried to show this movie international, like Paris, Europe, whatever?
We did a screening in Paris, but it wasn't broadcast yet. In a gathering like this, yes, we showed it in France. As far as international, that was one. Another one about a week ago, I was in Lebanon. We had 4 screenings in Lebanon. Movie theater, in their Maronian theater, and in Anjar. So as far as international, so far, it's those places. Yes?
I didn't see anything that relates to what the Arab people did for these orphans and for the Armenians in general, for the refugees. Why was that? I mean, the Arabs helped us a lot too.
Well, maybe we didn't interview a scholar about the topic, but some of the survivors that we saw here mentioned that an Arab family helped them. Dr. Kevorkian mentioned that, and also Avakian, Mrs. Avakian, who was a 104-year-old lady who was an orphan, and she was saved by an Arab family. Yes. Yes, sir.
What's your idea about translating this into Turkish and spreading it in Turkey?
You know, we got a few requests about that, and besides the request, an individual even promised to finance it, you know, that portion of the production. And we will. I mean, eventually it will be translated to subtitle in Turkish, in Spanish. We're working on, there are hopes to take this into Argentina, so we'll translate it to the Spanish and probably to Brazil, to Portuguese. So, you know, there's a lot of, I mean, the sky's the limit. It's there's two things. One, individuals like you inviting us in their countries or in their cities, and number two, some sponsors who can take care of the expenses. It's as easy as that.
Do you have the Armenian copy of this in Armenian?
No, we don't. But probably we will do that too when we or show it in Armenia. Probably we will do that. Yes. Yes, sir.
Thank you again.
Thank you, Adam.
What is the total budget of this film? I mean, how much has it cost, and for everything?
I bet you asked this question.
Right.
The market value of a project like this is anywhere between $500,000 to $600,000, and we were able to do it for under $150,000.
Wow.
And the reason and the way we did this, by the way, Misak Eleshan is in the back, the gentleman that we interviewed here is in the back, he's standing up. Now, the way we did this, Misak Eleshan, everybody, that's the way we were able to do this in a very small budget is a lot of the times, me being in the industry for 17, 18 years, I knew people, I knew professionals in the industry who, for my sake or for the sake of the story, sometimes they did the work for nothing, and sometimes they were paid symbolically, but everybody who worked on it wasn't paid as much as they deserved, basically. You know, they were willing to do this, and I would like to tell you one story. The narrator that you heard, Tom Vernon, he's not even an Armenian. He did the narration of the first 20 minutes that we produced. And I was sending him the script, he was reading them, you know, in different increments. And then when I was done, I sent him the link on YouTube. I said, look, how, you know, it came out nice. Take a look at it, Tom. And please send me the statement. I would like to pay you. I didn't hear from him. A week, 2 weeks, then I called him. I said, what happened? You didn't like it? He said, no, I can't take your money. I said, why? He said, I didn't know. He said, I said, well, you read it, man. You know it. I mean, you read the script. He said, yeah, but I didn't see the finished product, so I didn't know. Now I know, so I can't take money. So and I told him, okay, I'll hire you for the longer version. But we definitely will pay him. That's something that he's not accepting, but we somehow will pay him. So this is how we were able to. Now the project for the next project, the budget for was $200,000. I would like to pay myself, and I would like to pay the guys too this time. So that's why our budget is still very low compared to the market value. It's only $200,000. Yes.
For anyone who has done research, knows the value of the research you've done, it's enormous. It's mind-boggling. How long did it take you to reach this stage?
You know, I told my wife I'm going to spend 1 year of my life on this project, but it took me and some friends 3.5 years. And the reason was because what we thought we found was only the tip of the iceberg. What you saw here and what you see in the DVD, the extra version, and the books, there is still maybe a small percentage, the tip of the iceberg, that what we found. This is what I think. So there is a lot to be discovered. You know, I mean, a major discovery was by Lisa down to our orphanage, and you know, that's an amazing. You know, any other questions? Yes.
My father was from Anatolia. His name is
What was his Turkish name?
No. Marash. He passed away in 1983 in Lebanon. He was in the French army. He served in the French army for 25 years.
You know, in gatherings like this is how we come up with stories. A lot of the times, individual gentlemen like him or ladies come up and tell us, oh, my father. Aziz, yeah, like, you know, that's, Nisa knows about him firsthand. Any other questions to me or to Nisa? Yes.
I've been here, our family's been here since the 20s. My grandmother and grandfather, they were part of the genocide. They were in the walk of the march. My grandmother's father was a high sewer. He was tricked by the Ottoman Empire. He was bound and chained in the dungeons and was only fed from a glass of milk from his rival son, who only accepted a blessing. He didn't like his father. He thought his father was mean. So he just gave him milk and bread in the dungeon. And he prayed very hard, and chains broke. They didn't know where he was for 20 days. And he came to the town in Bonn and said, "We gotta get up now. Grab your uncles and your change and grab your clothes and your babies and go." If it wasn't for that, I wouldn't be here now.
Exactly. None of us would have been here. You know, I mean, all of us, or maybe most of us, are, you know, the product of the genocide that's over in the States. Any other questions? Yes.
Okay.
The Balaga. Listen.
With the sandwich generation. Իմ մտածում ամերիկային միջև բոլոր օդար երկրներում մեջ հազարակ որ genocide-ը ընդունի գոր եւ ընդունելու վրա է բայց մեր թորիները եւ անոնց աբախացու սերունդները գիտեմ որ ասած փոխվատությունը կա բայց մասնավորապես հետաքրքրված չեն Չեմ սեր, որ պետք է մանրամասոր է հետաքրքրվի անտուրանուր է, քանյանով է, ոչ, բայց ընդհանուր Երանի վերսոմ գործեիք օրինները եթե բաջետ ունենային, ավելի գարջ, որտեսի նոր սերոտը շատ արագ ծախանա, գարջ վերսոնով ավելի 24-ի շատ տվան ընթացի, բոլոր հայկական գործները, իրավորյա, շապատորյա, վարվորյա և ջգորանի, 45 բարյամ հայկական գրավ են, որովհետև at this point, we literally have to die. Knowledge is power. So,
Հասկացա, Պիրվալասային համիջապես արդեն ալոր մասին մտածած ենք և լուծումները ունի մի քանի version ունի, ասկեն engagement version, 45 variant version և վերջին հակրբանը ազդարակերին է դեպիալն ենք աստիկները, որ ունի մոդարավես դարին և որքան որ կարենիությունից ներ է, անշիշտ ֆանդինգը պիտի գտնենք և որքան բերնանք թանկարաններով կրատարաներ, համասանի կրատարներ, հայսկունի կրատարներ, ծրիապար, երկուկական օրինակ պիտի ուղարգենք իրենց հրատարակները։ Մեր նպատակը միայն հայ երիտասարդության սովետության չէ, որ ոչ բանաց է։ Մեր նպատակը ոչ հայերուն համար է։ Եվ կարծեմ, որ արդեն 12 միլիոն ոչ հայերու ներկայացած են աստերակիրը, եւ ուսամ նպատակս է անձնական կրնակ հաճունը ոչ, մինչև 2015 100 միլիոն ժողովրդի ներկայացան հասնենք արևմտյան։
Բարեդը չի համարձակրեսելու, ես լիդի խոսիմ բարեդի նսալիքը։ Բարեդը ձեր սպորտին պետքություն ունի, խոսքի սպորտ չէ։ Այն դուրան երբ որ կդա 5 դարի Լիբանանի հայահոց շրջանի մեջ, ամեն թավանանքի եկեղեցիներ, ամեն տեսակ կուսակցական և ակումբներ, 5 դարի ոչ մեկ հայ անտուրայի խաչ մի եկավ դրա, ռադիոներեն, տելևիզիոններեն ուզեցի, Ռոբերտ Ֆիսկ երբ որ արտիկլը Independent-ի մեջ երկու էջի վրա, որ հայ ժողովուրդ եթե 10 միլիոն դոլար դա, այդ թերթի մեջ չի կրնար դվել, ծրի օրեն Ռոբերտ Ֆիսկը դվել դվավ։ Բարեդի պես և երևերները, որ կան, որ հետ է աշխատին, որ չրչին կում արներով, ինքը չի կրնար ասել։ Ես կսեմ, ես IT professional եմ, passionս է բաղբությունը։ Երբ որ դրանք դինք ագոսի մեջ դբեց, անտուրայի բաղբությունը, 9 թուրք հետախոզություն նոներ եկան, Լիբանան մնդրելու թե ուր է, իսկ հայ ժողովուրդը Բեյրութի մեջ հայահոց մեկ հոգի չկա, ասիգա իրականությունն է, եթե գուզեք սպորտ արեք չնչին կումարներով, որ ովևէ մեկ պրոֆեսիոնալի կորզեն շատ ավելի գրնա պրոգրամներ պատրաստել ընել, քանի որ գիրք ունի, passion ունի և ոչ թե միան խոսք։ Շնորհակալություն։
Questions? Yes.
Did that woman flyer, did she come to terms of her Armenian origin?
She never did, and she denied until the day she died. Any other questions? Okay, thank you very much. Yes, go ahead. Oh, okay.
Հայկական չոգավը իրենք պիտի դասել շնորհավորեն և պլակետ մոբիլտան Maronian
Hello everybody. I represent being the president of Armenian Brigade. We're here on this great event. Very proud of our colleague, Mr. Maronian. We want to thank you for your work, because your work is dedicated to all of our people, and to show the world the atrocities of the Ottoman Empire. And I get goosebumps watching the movie. Please continue your work. It's a little appreciation presented from the Armenian Brigade to Mr. Maronian. And a small donation.
I'd like to add that these gentlemen escorted my car all the way from my cousin's house, garage. He happens to be one of them. And they just escorted me all the way from his house here on the motorcycles. Thank you very much. It's an amazing, amazing honor.
Thank you.